Hello and welcome back for another video. Today we're going to talk about is the best things to trade in AnimeDefenders in order to make tons and tons and tons of gems. Okay, so let's move on with this video. By the way, we are going to be doing a secret almighty unit giveaway on our Discord in a few days from now to celebrate 25,000 subscribers. I'm just waiting on you guys to join on our Discord to start it, to be honest. So if you want to be part of a secret almighty unit, all you have to do is like and subscribe and join our Discord, because this secret almighty unit could be yours if you do. Alright, so A-Beast, what are the best things to basically trade for in AnimeDefenders, and what are the best things to trade? So here I'm going to give you guys a number one rule, okay? The more expensive the thing you're trading for, the faster it is to gain profit, because in real life and also in this game, the rich gets richer and the poor gets poorer. That's just how it is. But if you're poor right now, I'm going to teach you how to get rich with a few tips, okay? So before I discuss really what you should be trading for, I'm going to give you guys a few tips first. Number one, the number one tip I'm going to give you is to save your gems and never waste your gems, okay? Just like in real life, if you waste your money on useless stuff, you're never going to be able to invest your money and get a lot of money in the long run. So in this game as well, if you keep spending your gems and wasting it summoning for units that you don't really need, you're going to end up never be able to save gems to eventually trade, and you're never going to get rich in this game. You're always going to stay poor, okay? So if you really want to get rich in this game, you have to start saving your gems and stop spending them on useless stuff like summoning or trading for stuff that you don't really need. That's pretty much the number one tip I'm gonna give you. The second tip I'm gonna give you is to be able to use Discord, maybe 1 to 3 demands as well, and all those other tools when it comes to trading. Now let's move on to the things that you should actually be trading for. Now if you're a complete beginner, because I am going to be separating this into beginner, intermediate, and pro. Now if you're a complete beginner, you should probably be trading frostbinds, trade crystals, and also some materials. Like you could possibly be selling these stars that you could get that from this game mode right here, and you could sell these stuff. For example, not the dark star, not the rainbow stars, just the normal stars. They are sellable, they're tradable, so I would recommend you to start selling them. This is if you're a complete beginner. You could also maybe sell some units that you have, like mythical units, for example, Donut Master, Warrior Princess. You could sell those units if you want to as a beginner, because their price is relatively cheap, so you could sell them, right? And again, as a beginner, the number one most important thing as a beginner is not really what you're trading. It's more really that you're saving your gems so that when you become an intermediate player, which is when you start trading secrets, you're gonna have the gems to actually start trading secrets, because it's very important that you move to that next level of trading secrets, okay? If you can't save your gems to get your first secret trade, then you won't be able to profit very, very much, right? It's very important to get a first secret, because secrets are the most valuable thing in this game, and essentially they are the most tradable. They are the best thing to sell. They are the most profitable thing to sell. You could also maybe sell trade crystals because there are a lot of people in the trade hub that sell trade crystals for quite cheap. So you could maybe do that. But in the long run, at the very start, when you're just a beginner, it's very important that you're saving your gems. From selling trade crystals and frostbinds, instead of using them and spending your gems. It's very important that you save your resources in the first few moments that you're playing this game. So now, what if you're an intermediate player? Right, let's say for example you're an intermediate player. Oh, ABs, I now have my first secret and I think I can now start trading. I think I can now start making mullah. What are the first best things that you should actually look into trading? And the answer to that is simple. As an intermediate player, you should be looking to sell normal secrets. And what I mean by normal secrets are basically, if you go take a look at the wrap charts, there are for example, Pro Gamer, there's a shiny version and a non-shiny version, and the Pro Gamer is around 900k. It's around 900,000. Maybe you could get it for cheaper. So again, if you want to check the prices, check either 1 to 3 demands, or you could check Discord. The prices are very important here. Don't get scammed when it comes to the prices. But again, these things here are very important as well, and you are going to be selling the cheaper secrets and then profiting from that. So as an intermediate player, I think Chance King is gonna be something that you're probably gonna wanna sell. Now I know he's 650,000, But again, even if it's 650, I think you could sell the Aether Knight, for example. I think the Aether Knight is pretty cheap right now. I never got the Aether Knight because he is quite bad. But again, you're going to be selling these cheaper secrets. For example, Chance King's around 650,000. Aether Knight is around 400 or around 290,000, maybe even cheaper. I think maybe you can find a cheaper deal out there. You could also sell Legion Captain because he is or she is quite expensive, but not that expensive still. So there's a lot of options that you could sell or trade for. The number one rule when you're an intermediate player is you're now basically trading units that are around the 100,000 to 200,000 gems above, right? So as a beginner, you need to get at least around 500,000 gems, and you're going to be using those 500,000 gems to get units like Legion Captain, Aether Knight, and you're gonna trade those for more expensive, okay? Always try to trade for at least 50,000 to 100,000 higher than its actual price so that you can profit from it. I know it's difficult, and I know it's time consuming as well. It's actually time consuming. It's not that difficult, but it's very, very time consuming. That's the number one problem here. Patience is a key when it comes to trading. What if you're an advanced player and now you have units that are super expensive? Then I'm going to tell you guys the best things to trade for when you are an advanced player and you now have a ton of gems. Let's say, for example, around 10 million to 20 million gems, and you want to know how to profit and increase that. Well, it's actually very simple, to be honest. The number one thing that I would recommend is basically getting a unit like Shiny Cursed Knight, for example. Wait, where is he? Cursed Knight. A shiny version of this is around 40 million now, by the way. And essentially, your goal here is to sell it for super expensive, since units like Shiny Cursed Knight are super expensive. But the thing with them, they are also very rare and hard to find. So people are often likely to overpay for these units right here, right? So if you can get your hands on one of these pretty cheap, you can pretty much charge for whatever you want for these units, and you can make a ton of gems from that. Again, it's gonna be time consuming to find people that are actually willing to buy them, but if you are patient enough, you can make tons and millions upon millions of gems every single day. Again, every single day you can make millions of gems every single day just by doing this method, because Cursed Knight is a very expensive unit, and a lot of people are willing to overpay at least 1 million to 2 million just to get their hands on the Cursed Knight, because he's that rare. His price is so high that, and he's also so rare that people will just be willing to overpay. As you guys can see right here, the trend is his price is always just going up. So if you could get your hands on someone like the Cursed Knight, Shiny, a Shadow Dragon Shiny as well, then you could sell these units essentially, and after you sell these units, you could just repeat the process. Sell the units, buy the units cheap, sell it expensive, and just repeat the process, and you're gonna get rich, right? You're gonna get rich. So those are the best units to trade for each level. So beginner, you're gonna trade frost binds and trade crystals. For intermediate, you're gonna trade the normal secrets and units that are more expensive than 100,000. And then as an advanced player or pro player, you're gonna start trading the shiny secret units that are very expensive. And also, number one thing as well, you are going to be prioritizing new units instead of older units. Like for example, when Slime King or Slime Queen just released, I was able to make like 1 million gems from trading Slime Queen left and right, and it was pretty cool, to be honest. So that's gonna be it. Now, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, because this video was kind of fun to make, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, everybody.